We amplify the stories of the unhoused community by giving them the platform they deserve to genuinely express their views. We must hold space for the voices of the most vulnerable in our fight towards collective liberation and equity for all. The opinions and views expressed in our interviews are not necessarily shared by Denver Street Stories.
Perfect. Are we all set? Are you recording on both? Okay, perfect. We can go ahead and get started then. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Denver Street Stories. I'm here with Lennie today. Nice to meet you, Lennie. And why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
My name is Lennie, and I'm from Denver, Colorado, raised in Inglewood. My name is Lennie Joe from Inglewood, Colorado. I am a career person of being a certified prep cook. I love to ride a bike. I do cross-stitching. I do a lot of work with seniors. And I also have a workshop at Earthlings, who's been really great, and I've been there going on 5 years.
Wonderful. Can you tell us a little bit more about Earthlinks for folks who don't know?
Earthlings is a community that helps the homelessness, no matter what the gender is, color, race. They do not criminalize. It's been wonderful. They help with the housing. They've got great counseling. We work with the earth. We make our own cards. We grow our own flowers. We do a lot of the pressing. We make our own natural beauty products. Let's see what else. They make the soaps. We do our own honey. We have honeybees. Unfortunately, we have to get new ones because the other ones froze.
Oh, that's sad.
And stuff like that. And I've done the honey, jar the honey and stuff like that. So it's very interesting. There's a lot of things that we do.
You said you're starting gardening soon, too? Is that right now?
We did a lot of the seeds, and we have growing lights. So we have a lot of things that are growing. We do plant sales and stuff like that. They do a lot of craft shows and that situation. They do an event for nonprofit, what they call the silent auction, to help the profit of the community for Earthlings and stuff. So we have what they call a hoop house, and we grow a lot of tomatoes. We got a lot of apple trees they donated. So our little garden area that looks so bare and so small in the wintertime, when it's green, it looks like it's like 3 acres. And it's beautiful.
That's how it always is with gardens. That's so wonderful. And so you've been involved with, I think, Earthlinks, you said, for a few years. Is that right?
Going on 5 years.
Nice. That's awesome. And I think you were kind of telling us you got into housing as well. How long ago was it now? 3 years, you said? Is that right?
Well, the thing is, I was at the Samaritan House in their 4-month program, and my counselor told me about the Earthlings. So I went in for an interview, and so I got selected and went to their organization. At the time at the Samaritan House, you're there for your 4-month program, and on the 4th month, you're supposed to start looking for housing. I did it the first month because I know housing and their waiting list is very, very long.
Yeah. True.
So I did my homework. I got a lot of the paperwork from my counselor, made a lot of phone calls, got on their list. I got on 10 lists, some for anywhere from a year to 2 years, all over Arvada, Marbello, Denver, pretty much Denver and stuff. So I contacted this place, came in and filled an application out, waited a year, contacted them, and unfortunately the gentleman at the time said, "We lost your application." So I was not very happy.
Yeah.
So that person got replaced, and then I got a hold of Nathan, and I went in and put an application again. So at the time I was at the crossing, and they had transitional housing. So I was there for a year waiting for this place to open up. And when they called me, I was so excited. They checked my references. They checked the references at the crossing. And so when they said, "Your apartment will be ready, we can put you in a motel, and you won't have to pay the $600 at the crossing." So it saved me $100. Here at the Denver Metro Village, they paid for my storage unit to be moved into my apartment. I don't have to pay utilities. They go by my income and 30% because it is a HUD government.
That's
and then
really
we have
wonderful.
a beautiful view.
Yeah, it is very beautiful.
I
Maybe we can
am
do a
very-
shot of that after, too.
And I'm very, very blessed to be able to be lived here and be very happy.
That's really wonderful. And so it sounds like you had a good experience, you were telling me before, with HUD. And can you tell maybe people a little bit about that for people who don't know what that is?
Well, HUD is a government grant for buildings that are 62 plus that can go by 30% of your income. So that's how that's worked. So the building is the one who gets the grant, and you have to do recertification every year, along with your lease, for HUD. They have to do that as part of their grant, to
Right.
keep their grant and stuff like that. And they also got the grant to redo all this apartment, bring it up to code.
That is very nice that they were able to do that and that you were able to get such a wonderful place here too. I'm really
Yes,
glad
exactly.
to hear that.
And I'm very nice. I don't ever want to see that world again of being homeless, and I'm working on it. And being sober is one of the most important things to be able to keep it
Yeah, of
very,
course.
very steady
I'm really
and be
glad that you're
reliable.
able to have that now.
Drinking did not
Yes.
make me reliable.
How would you say your experience kind of was with all of that, going in and out of shelters and different types of housing and that kind of thing?
It's hard to put up with a lot of different people and their personalities and stuff. So kind of you had to have a lot of patience and wait for the bus. Wait. It was a lot of patience because you had to deal with a lot of the personalities, the harassments. And that's just the thing about being homeless and waiting for shelters to be bused somewhere. It was a long wait. And you lose your patience. You don't sleep well. It's noisy. And I would, I had money and I would go get motel rooms just so I can be able to have a good night's sleeping every now and then.
That's good. You were at least able to do that,
Yeah.
a little something,
And
at least be
you know,
inside.
And I had a friend who had an auto business, and when I was homeless, I'd go spend a lot of time there and
So
stuff
you
like
had
that.
somewhere
and
to
help
go.
him out.
Can I ask, where were you getting your income from at the
I
time?
was-
or
I
did
had-
you
I had
have
the
it?
Social Security.
You had Social
I had Social
Security,
Security,
right? That's
yeah.
good. I'm glad you
And
were able
then
to have that then.
during the summertime, I would do gardening for seniors to make extra money and
That's
stuff. And
really
then I
good.
cleaned and stuff like that.
Do you
and I mean-
mostly get around on your bike, or do you
Well,
have
when
a
the
car
weather's
at all,
really
anything like
nice,
that,
I
or
do a lot
bus?
of riding. Thank goodness you
that's
can put the
nice.
bike on the bus.
Yeah.
'Cause if I don't want to ride back, I can put it on the bus.
Yeah,
You know.
absolutely.
I've taken my bike up to Netherland. I take it up to Longmont. You can't take it up to Central City because you're not allowed to ride a bike up in Central City. So you can't take a mountain bike up there. That's kind of sad.
Yeah, that is very sad.
Yeah. That's one of their laws up there and stuff like that.
I
Yes, I
don't
do. I've
understand
been riding a
that.
bike since 12. That's one of my best releases of life is my bike. My bike is my pride and joy.
That's really good to hear. I know, and especially for people who go through so many just challenges and difficulties like you have, that having things like that make you really happy are so important. And, especially when you're able to have access to them like you were most of the time, at least for biking, that's really wonderful.
Yeah, when I was at transitional housing, I got a smaller unit so I could put my mountain bike there because my unit was clear on the other side of town. And I said, nope, that's not going to work. I said, I want it closer, so if I want to go get it, I can go get it anytime. So it was
Yeah.
only like 3 blocks away when I'm in the summertime, so I
that's
made it
really good.
easier. I made extra money, so I did it so I could have my bike to
Wonderful.
ride it.
Do you feel like you have other things that have kind of kept you? You seem like a very positive person to me, and I'm just kind of wondering, like, do you have things that you've done that make you, just feel good, that are kind of relaxing in all of this stuff?
I've learned about the earth. I pick up a lot of trash.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. You're an environmentalist.
Oh, no.
No.
I just can't. I'm not going to go there about people. I just don't understand. If you see the trash can, is it that hard to use the trash can? Yep, I do help the earth. I pick up a lot of trash.
That's very nice.
We're at the bus stop or something, but there's a lot of things that I don't pick up. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, for
you
sure,
know,
for
and stuff
sure.
like that. that
Makes
kind of
sense.
thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and working with my seniors and doing a lot of and volunteering and stuff. And I take care of a lady here in one of the buildings, and she said, "If I don't know what I do without you," and that's what her
that's
son
good.
says, because I do a lot for her.
That's so wonderful. I'm so happy that you've been able to kind of give back to the community
I
in a
do.
lot of ways and do
I
that
do.
kind of volunteer work. I know a lot of people love doing volunteer work, and it's just very fulfilling. And for people who are, able, a lot of people aren't, of course, but when you're able, it's really wonderful to just be able to do that and just do something nice for people because you want to.
Yeah, and another thing about the world of our health is working out. I keep moving,
really
and
good
I
too,
do work
yeah.
out. I'm 68 years old, and I ride my bike, and I've always been an exercise person. I mean, I've had my couch times when my bikes got ripped off because I was so upset. So, and that kind of thing. But it's really helped me. Because as we get older, osteoporosis, and of course arthritis and stuff, and then you got to keep moving. That's all there is to it. And
Yeah.
y'all young generation, you got to keep moving if you want to keep going.
Yeah.
Because if you sit, you stiff, and then you lose it.
That's good that you're able to be so active and
Yeah,
all of that.
I
all the
do.
time. It's really,
I really do. I'm just impressed and stuff like
yeah,
that.
that's
so.
really wonderful.
But the biggest goal is being sober.
Yeah.
I've tried everything, but the Victral shot that I was taking, I gave it up last month because I've been sober 2 years and 3 months, and so I think I've got a pretty good strong bridge that I can actually say I don't want to drink because it's a waste, it's terrible, it's not my friend anymore.
Well, congratulations.
Thank
That's a
you.
long time.
Yes,
And
it
that's really
is. It
wonderful to
is.
hear that you're doing so well now and being active and healthy in all the ways you can and all of these things. And I mean, you have this amazing place to live. That's so wonderful. Yeah. Do you have, I know we're going to wrap up in just a moment here, but is there anything you kind of want to add on before we do?
Um, the situation when you're looking for housing, do your homework. I mean, you got to start early. You got to do your own homework. If you're on Section 8, you've got to check in. If you don't check in and do your homework, they don't call you. You know, you got to check in every 6 months. And I know the list is really long, but I've heard that you've got to check in if you don't want to be put to the bottom of the list. And you sure don't want to do that if you're already been on the list 4 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
stuff like
exactly.
that.
A lot of these places, all of these places have, incredibly long wait lists,
do,
or they're
especially-
closed and they're not even, allowing people in anymore, and
Yeah.
it can be just so hard for anyone to get. All right. Well, I think we're gonna go ahead and wrap up now, but we wanted to say thank you to Charlotte, who donated $25 that we can use for Lenny's gift card today as compensation for their time, and thank you, Lenny, for talking with us. We always appreciate it, and it was great to hear some of your stories. Thank you.
Thank you very much for this, and I'm just wonderful to hear about your organization.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it. All right. Bye.
Thank you for listening to Denver Street Stories. We aim to change the narrative surrounding homelessness and hope to shed some light into a world often pushed aside and disregarded altogether. We should hate less, love, and listen more.